The problem for this video is to derive a formula for finding the area of a triangle. Several formulas you can use depending on what you're given. If you're given all three sides of a triangle, you can use Heron's formula to find the area. Of course, if you have a right triangle, you know the two legs of the triangle, the length of the legs, easy to find the area. And then in an earlier video, we looked at the fact that if you have two sides of a triangle and the included angle, you can find the area. So two sides and the included angle, you can find the area. So we're going to use the law of sines along with that formula to derive another formula. And that's what you do in mathematics. You're given some information, it could be a theorem, and from that theorem you prove other theorems. Or you're given an identity derived for you, and you're asked to derive or prove other identities. You have to know how to work with formulas. At the same time, you need to be able to derive formulas or add an identity, especially if you're going to go further in mathematics, say minor in mathematics or major in mathematics, or go into physical science, biology, chemistry. You're going to be taking higher level math, at least through calculus. So here's the statement of the problem. I'll read through this. You can read this on your own. If two angles and the included side are given, so we have a ASA triangle. Two angles are given in the included side. Obviously, if you're given the two angles, the third angle is easy to find. So it's use the law of sines to show that the area K of a triangle with side A and angles ABC is given by this particular formula. And you will be using the law of sines. So let's look at the result. Then you can stop the video. But the given information is actually just put it in red. What's given, obviously if you're given two angles, you can find the third one because you know the angles add up to 180 for any triangle. So the angles here in red are given, and side A is the only thing that's given. So the information, or the formula, of course, is going to be given in terms of what the information is. So obviously the formula should have an A, in this case A squared, because you're given A. It's a sine of B, sine of C, because you're given those angles. And of course down here you have the sine of A. So the formula that we looked at, let's suppose we look at, based on the perspective here, on what I have to come up with. I'm going to say the area, and you can pause the video right here if you want, as soon as I give you this formula, in case you missed that video. So for here, let's suppose we look from the orientation of B here. So let's say we're given angle B and the two sides that contain B. So according to that formula that we looked at in another video, it's 1/2 product of those sides. In this case, I'm going to say A and C. And again, you can stop the video at any time if you want to continue. I'm just going to set you off here. And it should be, the formula should be the sine of B. So we're looking at it from this perspective right here. So here's angle B. That's the included angle between sides A and C. And according to the formula we looked at last time, the formula is always given by 1/2 the product of those two sides that contain the angle times the sine of the angle. So what I want then, it's not going to prove an identity. I want this, use this to generate this formula. And it tells me to use the law of sines. So let's go back over here and say, well, let's see. I know what I have to come up with. Notice the only side that's in this particular formula is the given side. As I put those in red, those are given. The other sides are not given. That's okay for now. So let's just say if I take side A, according to the law of sines, I can write that over the sine of the opposite angle. Then I take side C in the same way. I can take side C over the sine of the opposite angle. So this is a small c up here. This is the bigger C. So I get this. That's the law of sines. So then I'm going to say over here then C, and I guess I should make this a little smaller here because this is side C. C then should equal to A over sine of A. I multiply both sides here by the sine of angle C. Okay, so I'm looking at the formula here, and now I have to come up with an A squared. The sine of B, the sine of C, or sine of C times the sine of B, doesn't matter. And underneath I have to have a 2. Obviously I have the 2 there already from the other formula I used, and I have to have a sine of A. But notice what I'm going to do now is replace this C. So this is going to equal to 1/2 A, and in C, I know it's equal to A More room here. Okay, from this over here, C is equal to A times the sine of C over sine of A. And that's multiplied by the sine of B. So then, just a matter of just simplifying a little bit here, this is still going to be 1/2. And notice here, if I multiply this, it's just going to be A times A, so that'll give me A squared. And I have sine C, sine B, or I can put it so it looks like the formula. Put the sine of B first, and then sine of C. And in the denominator, I have sine of A. And I have 1/2 times that, so I want it to look just exactly like they trying to show. I can put the 2 down here. So basically what this formula tells you, if you're given a side, it can be any side, and all 3 angles. Obviously if you're given 2, you know the third one. Okay, so let's just say if you're given a side and all 3 angles of a triangle, formula will be given by A squared times sine of B times sine of C over 2 times the sine of A. And you can derive it from different perspectives. So this could be B. Say B is given, side B is given. This would be B squared, and this would be sine of B. And then you'd have the corresponding angles up here. Or if this were, the C was given, and all 3 other angles were given, then this would be C squared, and this would be sine of C, and then you'd have the other angles over here, whatever the other angles are left. So there's actually 3 formulas. But the thing to remember is that if you're given one side of a triangle and all 3 angles, this is the way you can find the area. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.